Adam Lambert may not really be a poor boy from a poor family, but his journey, from child actor to Queen frontman to gay icon, is still nothing less than remarkable. Lambert has been creative since he was a little boy, and not just when it comes to music. His mother Leela told People magazine in 2015, "When he was a kid, any kind of arts and crafts, anything to do with being creative, I always wanted to make sure he had anything you'd want." Lambert's performing chops were also evident from a young age. When he was 8, he started acting with the Metropolitan Educational Theater Network, and he continued to train and perform with the group for the next 8 years. He also started vocal training during his childhood. He told Variety in 2019 that his voice teacher was like a mentor to him, and that she trained him the material of classic performers like Judy Garland, Liza Minnelli, Barbra Streisand, Bette Midler, and Cher. Lambert has described his middle school self as, quote, kind of a loner. He didn't have too many friends or much of a social life. Fortunately, things got better in high school. His social life improved as he was able to join clubs and find people with similar interests. While he wasn't always comfortable around his peers, he's long been secure with himself. When he was 18 years old, he came out as gay to his friends and family. He told People magazine that his mom was the one who encouraged him to do so. As he put it, "When we had the coming out conversation, she kind of initiated it, which was hilarious. At that point, it was great because then we could talk about everything. There was never a point where I was made to feel bad about myself, and I was kind of an out there kid." In a speech that he gave to young members of the LGBTQIA+ community at London's Mosaic Centre in 2018, Lambert said that coming out was, quote, a relief. He also noted that being honest about who he was helped him improve his relationships. After coming out, he became more confident and never looked back. While many creative people go to college in order to hone their skills through advanced training, Lambert decided to instead launch his career fresh out of high school. So he moved to Los Angeles and began to land some gigs. One of his early jobs was a 10-month stint on a cruise ship, and it wasn't long before his theatrical career took off. In 2004, he landed the role of Joshua in The Ten Commandments, the musical, in which he starred alongside Val Kilmer. From there, he landed several more stage gigs. Also in 2004, he starred in 110 in the Shade. Then in 2005, he was part of the touring cast of Wicked. And in 2007, he was an understudy in the show's Los Angeles cast. In 2008, Lambert auditioned for American Idol, which transformed his life forever. He thought it was a long shot and that he wasn't the right type for the show, but he nevertheless decided to give it a go.
I'm going to Hollywood. I'm going back home to Hollywood. I made it.
Since the show stipulated that a contestant couldn't be under an entertainment contract, and Lambert was still attached to a production of Wicked at the time, he had to quit his job after his first successful auditions in front of the Idol producers. His great fortune continued as he went on to finish in second place in the show's 8th season. Lambert's big break led to a lot of change, and it was difficult to handle. He told Billboard in 2019, "I was really overwhelmed in the very beginning. American Idol was so fast. All of a sudden, I was on magazine covers. I was dealing with the personal adjustment I had to make, and then on top of it, there was all this energy behind being the gay guy doing it. It was an exciting time, but also an exhausting one." While Lambert has never made a secret of his orientation, he didn't publicly discuss it when he was competing on American Idol. There was speculation at the time that the reason he didn't win may have had to do with homophobia. He told The Guardian in 2018, "As I started progressing in the competition, I started to realize that my sexuality was becoming bigger than what I was doing, which, fundamentally, I felt was up." He ended up publicly coming out in a Rolling Stone cover story shortly after the season finale, but his struggle for acceptance was just beginning. His first album, For Your Entertainment, was effectively launched with a performance at the 2009 American Music Awards, in which he kissed a male member of his band, which ended up being censored. His label, RCA, was afraid that a focus on romantic appeal would hurt album sales. In a 2017 Instagram post on the occasion of that album's 8-year anniversary, Lambert revealed, "I was feeling my gender fluid and fully photoshopped glam rock fantasy. The powers that be released a second cover for retailers who felt uncomfortable with the original." Despite all of the drama that marked Lambert's early career, he still caught the attention of some pretty notable people, including a certain iconic rock band. In 2011, he started collaborating with the surviving members of Queen. After Lambert performed Bohemian Rhapsody at his Idol audition, Queen guitarist Brian May was inundated with messages about Lambert's talent. In his book Queen in 3D, he wrote that people were telling him, "You must get together with this guy. He is the natural successor to Freddie Mercury. He is the guy you should be touring with." Lambert first hooked up with Queen when May and drummer Roger Taylor were asked to go on American Idol to perform with the finalists. Lambert's chemistry with the band was immediately apparent, and he went on to perform his first concert with them in 2012. In 2020, he told the Australian radio station Triple M, "I hope that in some way I can carry on Mercury's spirit."
What was it like to sort of try and step into those shoes?
Terrifying in the beginning. Yeah, I was definitely intimidated by the whole idea.
Lambert's sound has changed a lot over the course of his career. His time at American Idol established him as a powerhouse, and his first album displayed a glam dance pop sensibility. But he slowly moved away from that sound over the course of his career. He made a big departure with his third album, 2015's The Original High. The San Diego Union-Tribune hailed it as a, quote, assured, sophisticated, and carefully calibrated work. Lambert told the Union-Tribune that the shift in sound was deliberate, and that he wanted to move away from the, quote, ridiculous thematic pop of his first two albums. He also noted that he wanted a sound that was truer to himself on his third album. His vocals were noticeably more subdued, but no less powerful on The Original High, as he had perhaps come to realize that less is more. Nearly 5 years passed between the releases of Lambert's third and fourth studio albums. This hiatus partly had to do with the singer's schedule with Queen, but there were also personal reasons at play. He wanted to give himself time to find some inspiration. As he explained to Entertainment Weekly, I wanted to insulate my creativity and my songwriting, and protect it from the business. He also noted, in order to proceed how I wanted to proceed, a lot of that comes from a place of self-worth and being like, you know what? I need to take back my power, or I need to figure out the true love here. Where is my heart in all of this? In an interview with BBC News, Lambert admitted that during his hiatus, he was, quote, fried and disillusioned, as well as detached in his personal life. He also revealed that he needed to get back on track and find his love for music again before he was able to record another album. While Lambert's orientation was a hot topic when he first became famous, the fact that he's gay is something that most people don't pay too much attention to anymore. This is all part of a major and much-needed shift in the music industry. As the singer told Variety in 2019, it's a totally different landscape. There is much more visibility, so it doesn't feel like a foreign or scary concept. Lambert also noted that while everyone he met in the music industry supported him personally, they were worried that him being openly gay would make him less marketable. Now, however, it's clear that the public is much more accepting of LGBTQIA+ artists. Lambert is glad that his orientation is no longer a popular topic of discussion, especially as it's not something he ever considered to be that big of a deal. As he told The Independent, "It's just who I am."
The world still has homophobia in it and there's still ignorance, but I think that there's a lot of progress that's been made.
Lambert's fourth studio album, 2020's Velvet, is notable because it was his first release through an indie label. He decided to make the move from Warner Brothers and sign with the independent Empire. He made up his mind after realizing that he didn't like how a lot of top 40 music sounded. As he told BBC News, "I was gravitating towards indie stuff that wasn't cookie-cutter pop." So, in search of a more adventurous sound, he switched labels so that he could create music that wasn't based largely on what was trending.
It's a bit more soulful than anything I've ever done.
According to Lambert, moving to an indie label gave him more control over his music. As he explained it, at a major label, it's always a compromise. There are certain ulterior motives, and most of them are money-related. I wanted to be in a situation where I could be in the driver's seat and say, this is what I want to put out. Things have changed a lot for Adam Lambert over the years. Not only has he become more accepted in the industry, his priorities have also shifted quite a bit. In 2019, he told BBC News that his happiness used to be tied to how successful he was commercially. But as he noted, it was unhealthy. I had to rethink things. And rethink things he has. In a 2019 interview with Variety, Lambert admitted, "My idea of success has evolved. Being allowed to continue being a creative as a career and live comfortably is a blessing. It's easy to measure financial success by streaming numbers, but to me, the most important thing is to find a sense of personal satisfaction. And it's so much more than numbers." Though Adam Lambert is worth a lot of money these days, it's clear that he knows what's really important in his life. In November 2020, the Daily Mail published photos of Lambert with a so-called mystery man on vacation in Mexico, speculating that he was the singer's new partner. The man in question, Danish fashion professional Oliver Gliese, made things Instagram official the following Valentine's Day when he posted a picture with Lambert captioned with a black heart. According to Gliese's Instagram bio, he works as a DJ and drag artist in West Hollywood. The pair appeared smitten with each other during their relationship, with Gliese even referring to Lambert as his ride or die in a 2021 Instagram post. In July 2025, however, sources confirmed to TMZ that the couple had gone their separate ways in what the outlet called a clean, drama-free split. Lambert got to sit on the other side of the judging table when he joined the panel of Starstruck in 2022. The British singing competition saw undiscovered singers undergo a makeover to impersonate their real-life idols. Contestants competed in groups of 3, with a winner declared at the end of each episode. This was a change of pace from American Idol, which only has 1 winner per season. Lambert later told What to Watch that he enjoyed seeing a rotation of victors on the show. He said, "You get that rush watching a contestant you have been rooting for from the beginning episode to the end, which is really fun." In December 2023, Adam Lambert was invited to help spread Christmas cheer at Princess Catherine's carol service Together at Christmas. The event took place at Westminster Abbey and saw Lambert perform classic holiday tunes alongside a handful of other artists. Wearing a forest green suit paired with glittering platforms and an emerald-encrusted Gucci brooch, Lambert teamed up with British singer Beverly Knight to deliver a glowing duet of the Christmas song. Lambert later told People magazine, "I had the honor of meeting Catherine, Princess of Wales. She invited the performer she wanted to see at the service, and it was lovely to visit with her before we performed." This wasn't the first time that Lambert had performed for the royal family either. In June 2022, he took the stage during Queen Elizabeth II's Platinum Jubilee celebration. One thing that sets Lambert apart from most celebrities is that he still does his own makeup. The pop icon has loved cosmetics since middle school, and he still gets a thrill out of experimenting with various looks. In 2023, he told Allure, "I just thought the possibilities were endless. When you have a palette of makeup and you're changing your face, you can become anything. That's always been really fun for me." And his fashion sense is just as bold. Speaking with Entertainment Weekly in 2011, Lambert raved about his love for tacky fashion, stating that his style philosophy is all about trying to look as out there and ridiculous as possible. No surprise then that he's garnered plenty of recognition for his style. In 2011, Out magazine declared Lambert one of the best-dressed gay male celebrities. Despite his vibrant stage presence, Adam Lambert still has anxieties about growing old in the spotlight, and when he heard Getting Older by Billie Eilish, Lambert resonated with the song's message about feeling commodified as a celebrity. He told NME, "I was listening to the lyrics, and I was like, how did this 19-year-old land on this feeling that I feel at 40, and that I'm sure that some people feel at 30? It's a universal feeling, the idea of getting older. All the things she talks about in the song are timeless." The song inspired Lambert so much that he covered it on his 2023 album High Drama. In the video for his version, Lambert plays an elderly version of himself, complete with deep wrinkles, a receded hairline, and a gruff gray beard. Speaking with People magazine, Lambert revealed that his team used makeup and facial prosthetics to make him appear decades older. He said, "I've always wanted to do a complete transformation with makeup. Although it took nearly 4 hours, the end result was so lifelike it was worth it." Thanks to his makeup expertise, Lambert probably knew what to expect going into the transformation. As he told Yahoo Entertainment, he's been studying special effects makeup techniques since childhood.
I'd already started doing theater and, definitely wearing costumes for roles and stuff. And I had gotten really into theater makeup.
Back in 2009, Lambert sparked controversy when he kissed his bandmate during a performance at the American Music Awards. As he later told Entertainment Weekly, he didn't intend to cause an uproar. After all, he'd seen plenty of heterosexual artists behave similarly on stage. He recalled, "I was feeling it. Well, I got off stage and I got in trouble. The network was like, 'How dare you?' They banned me for a while. They threatened me with a lawsuit." The situation made Lambert realize how hostile the industry could be toward openly gay artists. But instead of toning it down, he decided to make a statement by being, as he described it, as gay as he could be. Not only did Lambert help bring more representation to gay artists in the process, but he also encouraged others to embrace their own identities. He told Entertainment Weekly, "Over the past few years, I keep meeting more and more young people that saw me when we were a kid on TV, and they were like, 'You helped me talk to my parents about being gay.'" After dominating the pop music industry, Adam Lambert set his sights on Broadway. In 2024, he made his Broadway debut in the iconic musical Cabaret. The play is inspired by Berlin's queer club scene in the 1930s, chronicling the suppression of the queer community during the Nazi regime.
It's not that dissimilar to what we see going on in the world right now.
Lambert played the MC, a main character who also narrates the events of the show. Speaking with Paper magazine in 2024, Lambert revealed that he's always been passionate about theater. He said, "I was doing theater all the way up until I auditioned for American Idol. But coming back to this, it feels like it's this full circle moment, and I get to return to a younger, alternate reality." Lambert also got the chance to show off his cosmetic skills while performing in Cabaret. He created his own makeup looks for the role, which featured overlined lips, bright blue eyeshadow, and a razor-thin mustache. Reflecting on the experience, Lambert said that he was very excited to blend his artistic flair with the character of the MC. He recalled, "I was like, okay, this is going to be really fun. I'm like, I get a finger wave, and I get to draw on pencil eyebrows. I mean, my fantasy is complete."